Hi, it's Therese from Lostinpaper and I'm back for Altenew, and this is the September release. Lots of goodies this release, including this bold alphabet die set. And these letters are quite big and I thought they'd be heaps of fun to create a shaker card with. So another thing that's being released this month are some washi tapes, which is a first I think for Altenew, but they are just gorgeous. Lots of gold and shining and really, really sweet. But the one I thought I'd use today was this green and white striped one, and it's from the Stars and Stripes washi tape set. So I'm going to get right into my card now, and I've cut a panel. It's the same size as my card front, and I want to center my word. I'm going to die cut the word U, which is Y-O-U, and I'm using the centering ruler to make sure that the O, which is my center letter, ends up in the right spot. I like to die cut my letters separately. You could actually line them up and die cut them all at once, but for me I find I can actually get the letters a little bit closer when I do them separately, and and that just depends, I suppose, on the final look that you want in your project. So when I finished all the die cutting, what I did then was actually set this panel on the front of my top fold card as a landscape card, and I could just make some really light pencil marks where the letters are going to be seen, like where you can see through the base. So this is going to be the back of my shaker area, and I want the tape to sort of sit behind it so that it shows through. I did decide to line up the stripes together, and that was really easy to do, and I just used 4 layers, so it covered the whole area where the negative space of the word was and a little bit extra. And the other good thing about die cutting letters out like this is you can use the letters, the ones that I actually die cut out of the panel, to create a second project. Alright, so now that's done, I'm just making sure that I've got no gaps showing, and I want to stamp out some sentiment to go with this. It's from the Painted Rose set. I'm going to be using one of the new green or the teal green colours. These are such a pretty set of inks and a real wonderful addition to the Altenew range. And I know you're going to love them as much as I do. This colour is called Emerald, and I think it's the second darkest of this set of 4. Now to stick my acetate down, I am using a stamp runner. This is a dotted adhesive, and I like sort of making sure that the little pieces of cardstock that are cut from the die cut adhere down onto the acetate, and the dotted adhesive is really good for those small areas. I've created a well with some fun foam and using some score tape to hold that in place. I've got some pretty pink posh sparkling sequins, a couple of different sizes, and out of my stash I've got these tiny little stars and sparkly, I don't even know where I got this from, it's so many years old, and I thought that'd be really pretty to have in there. This is one of my cheaty kind of things. I've added some acetate to the back of the well, and that way I don't have to try and line up everything perfectly in place before I adhere on the front of the card. And I can also make sure that when I shake my card, it's not going to be sticking to the washi tape, because that has got, potential to stick the sequins and especially that really fine mix that I've put in there. And I'll just adhere this to the front of my card and test it out, as you always do. I can't wait to shake a card. And sometimes if I'm waiting for glue to dry, it drives me insane. And I've actually ruined a couple of cards by shaking them too early. But if you put the acetate on the back, you don't need to worry about that. I added a couple of sparkling clear sequins to the front of the card as well, just to make it not quite so clean and simple. I hope you're having a blast on this hop. I can't wait to see what everyone else creates and what you guys create with these wonderful new supplies that Altenew has released. Thanks for joining me today. It's been so much fun, and I'm sure I'll be back real soon, and I'll catch you then. Bye.